Hi guys, I received a question from my friend uh, Kev from Tanzania. So Kev alikuwa anauliza vile anaweza transfer this type of data into motion graphics to represent it in After Effects, and with an ease of being able to edit this without going through the entire process again. Sasa nimefungua, nataka kumuonesha vile utatengeneza hii. So hii ndio example yenye nitatumia leo. So title itakuwa Media Lab, alafu subtitle ni student score or student marks or student score. So tutachukua Ken 30%, Kev 50%, Mark 65%, John 45%. So then tukuna pia source. So source tutasema iDune TV and then iDune Media, yes. So acha tuanze. So kuanza ukifungua After Effects utapata inafanana hivi. So then you go to new composition. So hapa unaipea jina. Sema unataka uite student score hapa vile imeandikwa hapa, ama you call it Media Lab. I'll call it student score because Media Lab is the name of, itakuwa jina la the entire project. So I'll call it student score, and then hivi vitu vingine nitaviacha venye viko hivi, alafu niseme okay. So now tuko na student score, alafu hiyo ingine. So before tufanye chochote tutasave pia kama save. Tutakuja kwa projects, create folder, tutaiandika mafunzo ama tutorial. So tufungue. Na tutorial ili itakuwa na parts mbili. So there will be one part in English and one part in Swahili, so that some of people of different people who don't get, yeah, so that just to be diverse, ndio tukue tunaweza kusaidia kila mtu kwenye jumuiya hivyo. So Kiswahili Kiswahili is diverse, yeah, because sijaona mwingine akifanya na Kiswahili, sasa ndio maana anafanya in Swahili. Sasa project tutaita Media Lab. So tuko na student score. So kwa sasa tuko na screen hapa. So chenye tutafanya next is tuongeze background. So ukikuja hapa kwa hii dirisha hapa, window, right click and then say new, and then you go to solid, and then utaipea jina. So kwa hii nitaita background bg, alafu haya yote tutaacha vile iko, alafu to change color maybe ikue something close to something darker that can also have some contrast. So I will go with that, some close to blue but not blue. You can use background yoyote ambayo that can work for you. For me, I will go with that. Yeah, sawa. So the first thing tutaanza kuandika the main title, where we say the main title is Media Lab. So because this is probably it's something unaweza taka kutumia kwenye televisheni, utafungua easy titles action safe, so that ujue pahali televisheni inakata maandishi. So alafu ukishafungua hiyo unaenda kwa type tool, horizontal type tool. So ukiguza or control T itakuletea hiyo. So ukiguza unakuja una click hapo. So unaweza reduce size kwanza ama upaste kwanza ndio reduce size. So unaweza type media ama ucopy. So for me nimecopy already the information kutoka kwa document hapa. So nitaandika tu, nitapaste hiyo information, alafu change font to font yenye umeprefer. ama yenye your media house inatumia. So for now I'm going to use DIN. I'm using DIN black. Alafu hizi settings mara nyingine hazifanani, so unajaribu tu kile ambacho inaweza function for you. Yeah, there's something, the one that works for you. Hakuna zile set standard ati lazima ikue color fulani ama size fulani So tutakuwa na hii imeitwa Media Lab. So this is the main title. I will leave it at red. Alafu nitaweza kuduplicate ama nichukue type tool again, niguze hapo, niandike hii line ya pili, students score. So na copy hiyo naiweka hapo. So then uko na student score, una reduce size hivyo, then unaweza change color by ukidouble click hapo, ina change color to white or to any other color yenye ina work na organization yako ama preferences zako. So the next thing tutaenda kufanya ni kuchora. Unaona sasa tuko na bars ngapi? 1 2 3 4. Tuko na 4 bars. So for now we are going to do a bar graph. So we are doing bar graph. So tunaweza weka hii source pia kwanza hapa, tukuje type tool bado, tukuje hapa chini. Mostly sources are always put at the bottom ama somewhere at the top, but in a small font like that. So we have this as our source, so tunaweza iwacha hapo. So the next thing ni kuchora zile bar. So tukitaka kuchora bar, tunaweza toa kitu ile ambacho inaitwa graph paper, but si paper aswa. So tukikuja hapa kwa choose grid and guide options, so ukiguza kuna hii. So open grid inakuletea kitu kama hicho. So ukiletewa hiyo, unakuja hapa unachora. So ujue hapa before tuende tufike hapa, wacha turudi nyuma kidogo. So turudi hapo, tuchukue majina ya hawa wote. So chukua majina peke yake. So utaandika majina pia. So haya ni majina ya students na marks na zile alama ambazo walipata. So tutakuwa na hii, tutaiset to automatic, uongeze font size kidogo, alafu usongeshe chini somewhere there. Alafu unaweza track spread kidogo hivyo, alafu utoe hizo. So hapo tuko sawa. Okay. So kitu kingine ambacho tutafanya ni select kila kitu to left align, so that zikuwe in one line. Ukikuja kwa view, ukuje utoe ruler, alafu click and drag, ulete ruler hapa. Unataka zote zikuwe the same size on the ruler. So with the names selected, to select all of them, you can either use Control A ama you double click. Let me see, 1 2 3 4 5. You click 5 times to highlight everything. So then you come to paragraphs here, written paragraphs. Unafanya nini? Ni kama kuformat text in Word. So you're just formatting, like you're formatting it in Word. So you just delete empty spaces, so that ukuwe na mpangilio ule unafaa. So we have that like that. So that is out of the way. You can remove the ruler once you're done with it by just dragging and taking it out like that, or you can go to view and then say show guide. Just click the show guide and then it goes. So then now we bring the grid here. here. So if you bring that grid now, we have something to work with. So we want to move this up, at least it aligns with one of the grid. So the good thing with this method, you just pick the pen tool and then you select there, and then you go where you want it to end. So tumechora moja ya kwanza, and then unataka hii center to be at the center of this. So ukiguza hii, it's called pan behind or anchor point tool. So when you click on it or you press letter Y, unaweza click and then iweke kwa center. Then ni kadogo sana, you want to ongeza size, so you click on it and then you come to this written rectangular tool or letter Q, and then it gives you option ya ama unaweza fungua ndani ukuje kwa content, alafu kuje kwa shapes, alafu kuje kwa stroke, alafu kuje kwa size. Si hapa imeandikwa 2, hapa pia namba 2. So unaongeza the same thing, uongeza hapo ama uongeze hapa, is the same thing So ukishaongeza hapo, cool. So unaweza ita ili shape ya kwanza, the main thing hapa, right click and then say rename, alafu uite main layer, alafu ukiingia hapa ndani ujue hiyo ya kwanza ni ya curve. So same thing, right click and then rename. Okay, so select it, select the shape and then press enter, alafu rename curve. So hii ni Ken. So mjua ya kwanza ni Ken, alafu unaweza ongeza zingine kama 4 juu tuko na majina 4. So kuongeza una select, alafu unakuja kwa edit, alafu unasema duplicate, inaongeza ingine, ama control D inaongeza zingine 4. So unajua ya pili ni curve, click enter, alafu uandike curve. Ya tatu ni mark, click enter, alafu uandike mark. Ya 4 ni John, click enter, alafu uandike John. So kwa mpangilio huu unaweza taka kuanza na Ken hapa, so uta click drag ikue hapo juu, ifuatwe na curve, ifuatwe na mark, alafu imalizie na John. So the next thing you're going to do is now unachukua selection tool V, ukiclick V, then una select hiyo, unatumia arrows, hizi drop down, move down, left, right na up arrow, hizo keys, ama unaweza kuja hapa sasa select and just drag down na utaki kufanya hivyo because hautakuwa na ule mpangilio unafaa. So the best thing is click the letter curve and then use the drop down shift drop down arrow to move more faster and with precise amount of spacing. Click mark again, move down, kwa na mpangilio ule unaofaa. Click John again, move down. So kwa sasa umepanga kila kitu vile inafaa, unaweza actually toa grid sasa ubaki fresh. So unaona kila kitu. So the first thing, you select Ken and then come to add, and then you add a trim path. So trim path will be inside Ken, yeah. So this trim path is for Ken. So you can also rename it to trim path Ken. Then when you open the trim path, so the start value, which is this one, you don't need to usifanye chochote nacho. So the part that you need to take care of is the end path. So the value sahi kwa sasa end path is 100%. So ukikuja hapa inaonyesha end path ya Ken ni 30%. So hapa utaandika tu 30 na ikipungua, halafu kuje kwa curve pia uweke trim path, kuje kwa unaweza rename trim path curve 50% kulingana na ile document yetu ni 50%. So ukiangalia 50%, alafu 60 na 45. So kuja hapa kwa mark 65, weka trim path 65, alafu kuje kwa John pia uweke trim path, uite change ina to John trim path, so we call it trim path John. Asilimia ngapi? Asilimia 45. So hapa itakuwa 45. So kila kitu iko sawa. So tushamaliza hayo. So the next thing you do is now writing the values. So this easy. So values, you can actually copy them from here. So then you kuja hapa uchukue pen tool. So ukiguza hapo uandike the kwanza ilikuwa 30 na alignment yake ikuwe left aligned like that, alafu uweke kuna other ways of doing this where when this bar starts from 0 it pushes this text to 30, but now I won't go into that detail until you understand this concept kwanza. Alafu sasa the next tutorial I'll now show you how to link this percentage with this bar. When it progresses, it increases the value of this and also moves it along with it. Yeah, so hapo tutaweka 30% like that, alafu tuiweke hapo. We can have several copies of this for those other ones where I told you can go to kuongeza the same, you go to edit, then duplicate, alafu kuna copy mbili, and then you just move it to this part, and this was asilimia 50, so this one will be 50%, and then you do another one. So this should be the second one, then you do the third one, which now this is the third one, which is asilimia 65, asilimia 65, and then you do the fourth one, that is now asilimia 45. So now your design is complete. So now the next stage that we are going to is the animation stage. So animation stage, that is now where the fun is. So first thing first, we are going to select the percentages and then give them color ambayo ni. So give color, you just select all of them, like holding shift, select, and then this part you select one of these, then you give this color. You can decide to give it yellow. Sijui yellow inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili. So unajua yellow yote hiyo ni percentages, alafu majina iko kwa one layer, alafu source, alafu student, alafu main title. So animation yetu inafaa ianze na main title. Main title inafaa ianze kwa animate, alafu followed by student, alafu followed by majina, alafu bar graphs, alafu percentages. But tunaanzia hapa chini. So the simple animation we are going to use ni typing. So we are going to go to effects. If you don't see these effects and presets, you unakuja kwa Windows, alafu hapa. So ukiguza ama Control F, Control 5, Control plus 5. So that is the shortcut, and the long cut is here. Just go to Windows and then effects and presets. Then it will come this side. So kuja hapa, we type typewriter. So we are going to use the most basic animation of all time. So we just with the with the Media Lab selected, double click on the effect, it applies it. Alafu unahitaji kuona effect control hapa. If you're not having the effect control, you go to Windows and then you go down here, effect control, and then effect control. What are you controlling? Media Lab. So effects control, Media Lab, under which comp? Student score. So just click that and then you'll see there, effects control is there. So on this ukifungua utapata kuna 2 keyframes tu hizi. So ukifinya letter U ina reveal keyframes which now you can select and reduce, increase speed ama reduce speed. So this one types, and then when it's almost over you want students pia ianze kujiandika. So the same thing, select student, double click that, and then press letter U, bring it close. So hivyo ndo vinaka. So alafu hiyo inakuja. Then the next thing, you go to this, the same thing, selected, double click on that, and then it shows. So this is how it looks. So this one types, and then that, and that, and that, and then that. So hapo unajua hivyo ndio. So unataka title ikimaliza like that, then this one should start typing. So this is how it looks. So that one finishes, and then came, and then that, and then that, and then that, and then that. So then we go to bars. So the first one comes in there. So this bar, you should just click and drag it here, and then open the bar, but with the main one selected, come here and add another trim path. And this trim path now is the one that is going to control the overall animation. So this one you can rename it control trim path main control. To rename, if you want to rename, this renaming doesn't affect your animation, but it just makes your work karibu ikuwe rahisi. So ndo maana tunaitumia sana. So tunaitumia tu kufanya ikuwe rahisi. Tunaweza jua what we are working on, what are we changing. Kama sasa, if we had not named this as Kev, so hatujui ni nini tunabadilisha. So hapo unafungua trim path. Ukishaongeza trim path on the main, not with this, you select the main one and then unaongeza trim path hapo. So now we are going to animate the same end value. See, yeah. So we'll start. We'll come to the first here, like this. So here, and then we set we put this value to 0, and then set a keyframe, and then go where all of them are finished, up to where the name John finishes, and then we make it 100, and then say okay. Alafu tukuje kwa trim multiple shapes. Alafu you drop down, instead of multiple simultaneously, you just say individual, so that kila moja ikuje kivyake. Juu ukiangalia vizuri jina Kev inakuja peke yake, Kev hivyo na hivyo. So yeah, so you have that. So for now tumemalizana na title, subtitle, bars na hizo zingine. So the next thing tunaenda kufanya ni tunataka imeanzia hapa, imeishia hapa. So that means E45 inafaa hapo, alafu ingine move it to there, alafu ingine there. So hapa ni click and drag tu, alafu ingine there. So now ukicheza inakaa hivi. So nimeona kuna delay, So hapo okay, so inatokea mbele before, so no, bado ina delay, so ikuje hapo, ikuje mbele kidogo, so uko hivyo. So hapa ni timing too, but there's a way you can do it where the bar controls that this value here, which is I think is the best option to do. Yeah, so I will, alafu source so inakujaga at the last part. So when source is selected, if you go to, you select the source and then press letter T to bring you the opacity. When you set key and then you move it back, so you want it to start at 0, so you'll do set key and then make it 0, and then move the marker, and then when they weke 100, so utakuwa na kitu kama hii. So this is the final product. So this is how it looks. So it animates, alafu source. So source inakuja late kidogo, unaweza isongesha ikuje mbele. So you'll have Media Lab, Student Score, Kev 30, and that. So another thing, ukitaka kufanya zikuwe different colors, you just open this. So you want the winner mark, winner's mark to be green. So just so just select mark, alafu easy options itakuja, then you touch this one. Don't touch this, just touch this. So when you touch it, and then it gives you this, and then you can just change that color to green. So you can have like a luminous green, like so. And then you want the second person to be close to green, is yellow. So you go somewhere, something like that, and then those other guys, you can give them those other colors, where you give the last person red, alafu you you give the last person red, and then you give huyu wa mwisho kabisa mwenye anafuata hapo umpe a bright blue. So you have that. So na kitu kama hicho. So you have Media Lab students, Kev, Mark, and then that, and then yeah. So so now tumemaliza. The next thing to do, tunaweza fanya ni, now we want to package it in a way that we can share it on social media, or maybe send it over to a friend, or send it to, yani kuituma, you want to now share it with your friends, ama you give it to people who will help you maybe do 1, 2, 3 things on them. So the best thing you do, this part is called rendering. So there are many options of rendering. There are many, you can add to render queue where you render within After Effects, but this one limits you can't use After Effects when it's rendering. So I will not recommend this sana, but then can still be used. So but this one also needs you to have like a third-party rendering, where you will compress this footage for you to be able to share it. Yeah. So for this, there are several options where you have all these options you can render, and then you pick a specific folder where you want to send it to. Alafu, so the best way to do this is just go to composition, and then you go to add to Media Encoder. So just wait a little, Media Encoder will open up, and then just wait, then it opens. So when it opens, it should be so you'll just save your file, and then Media Encoder opens. So it opens with the name of the composition that you created when we were starting. So now you have this. Mostly you go here and then you pick H.264. There are all these other options, but for small file size, for sharing, H.264. And then bitrate, you can maintain the high bitrate, or you go medium bitrate, and then you go to output. You just change that to Media Lab. It's under tutorial. Media Lab, yes. So tutorial, Media Lab. So that is the final. So you can even create a folder here that says final project. So then just save it, and then you click render, and then you wait for this to finish. So while you're waiting, you can actually do other things in After Effects, where you can just create more comps working on other projects without. But for the other option of rendering, where you add it to your media, that will take you more time. So thank you for watching, and Kelvin, I hope this imekusaidia sana, na usisite kuuliza swali. Kuuliza si ujinga. Yeah. So asante sana kwa kutazama video hii, na subscribe, share, comment, na tuendelee kufanya kazi pamoja bana. Kama kuna usaidizi yote unataka, wacha rusha hapo kwa comment, tutasaidiana. Asante sana and a peace.